bill. And we have it on good authority that if you look at it from the educational point of view, the enrollment and completion rate for primary, junior and senior secondary schools and even enrollment in tertiary institutions, Adamawa State is falling below the national average. And like most states of the Federation, we still have instances of physical, sexual, domestic violence which are quite prevalent and reported here. Early marriage and teenage motherhood is also another major challenge for this state. And all these things are vindicated by studies like the Multiple Indicator Cluster Survey, as well as the National Demographic and Health Surveys. We also have issues about access to maternal and child care, which is also running below the national average. The maternal mortality indicator here is also saying that we are having the ratio of 848 deaths per 100,000 life as against the national average of 576. So there's quite a whole lot of challenge, which if this VAWG bill becomes law, we understand is at the second stage in the reading in the State House of Assembly, that it can help to bring down some of these challenges. Now, what are we recommending and what are the next steps we are looking at? First of all, we are looking at the full implementation of the Compulsory Free Universal Basic Education Act, which is like the VET legislation at the federal level, which states are benefiting from because there's an VET fund. Why we are insistent on the issue of VET and education is that education is not just a right on its own per se. It's an empowering right because someone who is educated is also able to demand, claim and vindicate his rights if they are violated as a survivor. And also, education equips women and girls with life skills, economic opportunities, so that they can actually participate either to get employed or to create wealth and add value to society on their own. Then, moving away from there, the Violence Against Persons Prohibition law, which we expect should be part of Adama State laws in the nearest future, has tried to redefine some of the contours relating to violence against women and girls in view of modern developments. The ones we have at the federal level and in some other states of the Federation have tried to redefine issues around rape, coercion, physical injury, and moves beyond what we have in already existing penal code or criminal law and this jurisprudence to talk about issues about female genital mutilation, forced ejection from homes, deprivation of personal liberty, which is contextualized to women and girls, damage to property with intent to cause distress. There are also issues about emotional, verbal, and psychological abuse, harmful widowhood practices, abandonment of spouses, children, and dependents, leaving them without sustenance, stalking, intimidation, spousal battery, quite a whole lot of things that has been talked about in this bill that is before the State House of Assembly. So we can say that the Violence Against Persons Prohibition law and this jurisprudence has created new pathways for concrete remedies to survivors of violence in accordance with the legal maxim which all the lawyers here know, UBG, remedium. It has not left anybody with a right. You say you have the right without a vindication or validation process. So in conclusion, what brings us here is that we know that the Ministry of Justice in every state at the federal level is extremely pivotal and important when laws are being enacted, because at the end of the day, the State House of Assembly is going to seek your opinion about the draft before them, and whatever you say will definitely be taken very seriously, because if there's a legal challenge, you are the ones that they will run back to defend or to do certain things that are supposed to be done in accordance with the law. So we are here to seek for your collaboration and cooperation to put a little pressure more so that these things cannot just be there year after year, because we've heard that the Child Protection Bill, VAWG, they've been there for quite some years, and it's been a ding-dong going back and forth. But we are dreaming or thinking, can we say in the next 6 months or before the year ends in 2021 that we move beyond just having it there to become a law, a bill passed by the State House of Assembly, and you advise His Excellency to also sign, assent to it, and it becomes law that can benefit men, women, boys, and girls, because this is not just about women alone. When we are discussing the gender, we are discussing something that will benefit the whole society, everybody in Adamawa State. So I thank you.